What? Where?
The Holocaust Museum. So, and, obviously, if this is, maybe uncomfortable for us to be talking about all these rituals and the Holocaust Museum, I understand that. But I was feeling particularly connected to my ancestors and the stories of my elders. So I went recently to the Holocaust Museum in Elsternwick to view my grandmother's testimony, which was, as they used to say, filmed by Steven Spielberg.
Ooh. The Steven
Spielberg came to their humble home in St Kilda East and filmed their whole story of their experience. So really, really amazing to go there. And perhaps another way to kind of start the new year is to remember where you come from, which I think is part of it, because we emphasize youth and newness, but, as you were saying, Etai, from spending time with someone that's 81, like there's so much wisdom that we can learn from the other stuff around us.
As my first aid instructor from the other week said, sometimes you need to go back in order to go forward.
Wow.
She did say that a lot.
Is she in the wrong job? Wrong job, maybe?
She said it many times.
First aid facilitation, life coaching.
She said it too many times on that day, because it really...
How does that relate to administering first aid?
Oh.
That quote.
So she was saying that if you solved one problem and now you are with the person that's in need and you don't know what to do, you need to go back to the DRSABC. D or whatever, EFG, I don't know, the program of like how to give help. That's the acronym. So you need to go back to the program and see where you're at, and then you can go back, go forward. Sorry. Something that's happening in the skies right now is Venus retrograding.
Yeah.
And what's that all about?
So, I mean, of course, the new moon is always a really crucial experience, if you're into astrology or if you're just into life. But there's other weird shit going on in the atmosphere, so we never ignore that. It's good to have it all covered. So Venus retrograde, it hasn't actually started yet. We're still in a period of time which is known as Venus in shadow. So in the last couple of weeks, maybe you want to have a think or pay attention to anything that's been popping up for you around love, and that might be how you love or perceive yourself, as well as your intimate relationships with friends or with others, also how you appear. So Venus is also about, beauty and, connection to the sensual and romantic love. So anything that's been popping up for you at the minute, pay attention, because Venus is actually going to go retrograde, which means that it'll kind of appear like it's going backwards towards the Earth from October 5th until November 16th. So beware. And as I said, Venus retrograde, often understood about love towards others, but really it's also about love towards yourself. So Venus retrograde is the time to start asking, do I love it? Do I love my job? Do I love what's happening for me? So big time.
Wow. So I'm so excited you brought this up, because I'm going to give you, whoever is listening right now, the biggest tool, the biggest person that can help you figure out who you are and what you are. So this Instagram sensation, you probably know her. If you don't, you will. Her name is Amber Wagner. Her handle on Instagram is JSTLBBY. So it's like just love or just Libby or whatever you want to call it. And she gives inspirational speeches, 1 minute, because that's all Instagram allow, unfortunately. But you can watch them in a row, and I sometimes find myself for a few hours just watching them in a row on loops. And she basically is an explosion of self-love and self-worth. And she's Black, and she's bigger, and she's everything that this beautiful world has to offer. You can just look at her and you just feel your heart warms up and explodes with self-love and self-care. And I know for me, it's been like, one of my friends told me they're doing a meditation challenge. So like it's a meditation every day. And the more you meditate, the more you unlock longer meditations. I just watch her Instagram every day as much as I can. And it's my meditation. And if we're starting a new year, we want to play you a 1 minute clip that is a speech about hopefully the following year. If you feel a little bit down, I'm sure after the next minute you'll feel way higher.
You are the motherfucking shit. You are great. You are magnificent. You can do whatever you want to do in this world. Put your mind to it, put your grind to it, and you can do it. Get up, get out, get motivated, get inspired, get your motherfucking shine on today because you can. You are number one. I don't know no 2 or 3, but I know you that one. Period. Don't let nobody, nothing distract you from the grind time, prime time. It's your time right now. Do whatever it is you need to do. What you say? You was gonna give up. Bitch, you wasn't finna give nothing up. You was finna keep striving, keep pushing, keep working, and keep doing your shit. You are great. It's nothing but success in your future.
Wow. So American.
I just want to go out and conquer the world.
I think like between visiting the Holocaust Museum and listening to that, like you've got it all covered. You've got the kind of heavy obligation, that Saturn vibe, and that kind of Mars, reach for the stars. You've got to go be an individual and achieve your goals. So,
and I'm on a quest to find her star sign. I tried to Google it, couldn't come up. I messaged her, waiting for a response. My guess would be that she's a Taurus.
Oh.
She's very dedicated and I don't know. She really puts out a lot of content. So I don't know if she's a Taurus in that sense of actually being productive, but she must be some a sign that's out there and a sign that's so positive. I just love her. She gives me literally life, as the young people like to say.
She's wonderful. And thanks for sharing that, Etai, because I think I've been also watching her at 3 a.m, and it's been really uplifting me in my darkest hours of need. Not that I have them ever. Anyway, so thanks everyone again for listening in. Wishing all of you, whether you celebrate or you don't celebrate, a very happy Jewish or any new year or new moon. And we'll see you soon, hopefully, for another episode of Astrology Roast.